Guess who's back? Back again. Mama's back. Tell your friends. Mama's back, mama's back, mama's back, mama's back, mama's back, mama's back. Subscribe!
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa are here with you today to talk about welcome to Plathville, Season 6, Episode 3.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back, everybody. There isn't a ton going on in this episode, but there's some good nuggets of information in there if you're paying attention. We'll go over all that. So here we go.
It hasn't been real exciting all season so far.
No, but I just love these guys, and I just enjoy watching them, and I don't have to do much. But what's been going on is fine for me because I'm a fan. I love the family. I love each individual person. I feel like I know them. I feel like they're my kids.
You love Olivia? Have you seen
family? I'm talking about the kids.
She's part of the show.
I'm talking about the kids.
Still Plath.
The Plath children. All of them. I love them. They're wonderful. I feel like they're all young enough to be my kids. So,
yeah.
I feel like they're like a mom, I want to mother them and give them advice and help them,
They have a mother.
I know, but
Mary.
Anyway, so we open up with Olivia and Lydia. This is Lydia, her sister, not Lydia Plath, for any of you who are not in the know. And they're in Arizona, and Olivia's visiting her sister there. And they're supposed to be going out to a bar. And they're just chatting about different things, they're getting ready. And when they get down, Olivia looks like she's ready for a business meeting.
As of right now, they are totally opposites.
And her sister, Lydia, looks ready to go to the river.
Well, no, she looks like she could swing a pole with that stuff that she's wearing.
The shorts and tank she had on just made her look like she's going to the river. It made her look like a stripper. It wasn't cute enough to be a stripper.
Maybe for that area. I don't know.
Do you think there's different cuteness levels in Arizona than there are everywhere else?
In little Podunk, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Well, that's what your strippers look like.
No, they look worse.
Oh, no, oh no.
So when I say those kind of clubs overrated, in that area, they're overrated.
Okay, and I'm going to make an observation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be popular, probably, but this is, okay, the way I think. Lydia looks very masculine from the neck down.
Her pantsuits?
No, I'm talking about Lydia.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, Olivia was a pantsuits.
But Lydia, she's very muscular.
Mm-hmm.
She used to have a larger chest, but she, got muscled out and lost all of her body fat, which that's what boobs are.
Yeah.
And so she just looks very, more masculine from the neck down. Even though she dresses very trashy and skimpy, you know what I mean? But her voice, she has the most feminine, cutest voice I've ever heard. Okay, but her voice does not match her look. She's trying to force herself to be.
You think she's
more out, more bold,
I think she's maybe doing something with her voice to make it sound more feminine on the show.
Well, she's got that little Virginia lilt, where they're from.
Yeah.
And she just has a really soft, pretty voice. So I don't know. I mean, because she is a singer. But. Yeah, I don't know. That's my observations. Her voice and her face don't really match the rest of her. It's weird.
I've never heard her sing, though.
She did on the previous episode or season.
Yeah, at the bar, right? That open mic night?
Yeah, open mic night, yeah.
I remember that now. The brother.
That's in season 3 or 4 or something like that.
Good luck, though.
So then we're off to we're with the 4 dudes at the gym. We've got Barry, Ethan, Micah, and Isaac. And they're all working out and showing off.
And Isaac has gotten so much bigger since last season.
I mean Paul. Oh, yeah.
I don't mean
he filled out.
Paul, yeah.
He doesn't look like a little boy anymore.
No, he doesn't look like a little boy who bought the plane.
Well, Mike has been working out, because Isaac has been working out a lot more since his older brothers do and his dad does. So I think that's just something they can all bond over because they're all pretty different. But that's like the one thing that they all have in common.
Barry is way different than his sons.
Yeah, I thought it was really creepy that he was trying to one up them. Like it showed me what kind of man he is. He's very insecure, and
Or you can be like, he's competitive.
but what I don't is that a normal thing for a dad to be that competitive with his adult sons?
Well, I mean, he could be insecure, like you said, also, all right, because his adult sons have lives, and we don't know about Isaac. We just seen him what first time,
Isaac has plenty of girlfriends and an airplane, and
but we don't know about what he does with his life. All right, but with Micah and Ethan, I almost forgot Ethan's name.
yeah,
We know about their lives. They moved away.
yeah.
Well, Barry's still stuck in that little town of his. Now he could choose to move away if he wanted to, but I think he chooses to stay there. But I think he's kind of jealous of him to a point of the older sons,
Yeah.
and that would make him insecure also.
I just think he's kind of gross all the time.
Yeah, he's creepy.
I just can't get past his whole personality and like his whole appearance.
He's
and,
trying to be cool. That's another thing.
Yeah, no, I just can't. The whole interaction was weird to me.
No, you're right. The whole
But again, I'm not a son or a father, so I don't know how that works. But to me, it was really weird. I don't know. And I'm gonna say Ethan's face doesn't match his body. He took his shirt off, and he's got a decent body. Like you said, he spent all the last 6 months off, like working out when he's not at work. But he has his little baby face
yeah, he has a beard.
that does not match his body.
He needs his facial hair back.
Something to age him up a bit. Maybe let his hair grow. I don't know. Something. Then we're back with Olivia and Lydia, and they're at the bar, and it's daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Full daylight. And the bar is basically empty. There's like a few people in the background, but there's nobody there.
Maybe in that section, because maybe the show wanted it to be empty.
What do you mean? There's like only that one. That's one big open area.
There might be another place. We don't know. We didn't see the whole bar.
Anyway, they were at the Social Tap Eatery in Arizona.
Yeah.
So if you ever wanted to go see where they were filming, there you go. But after the first commercial, we're with Mariah and Lydia Plath, her sister, and they're sorting Mariah's clothes. And Mariah admits that her wardrobe was very skimpy.
Oh, and it was.
Again, because of her immaturity, but even though she knew she was grown,
She's grown up.
she didn't realize, at the time, she made herself look very kind of trashy. And that's why at the time we were like, come on, Mariah, you're a beautiful girl. You don't need to show off everything you have to be pretty.
She was rebelling against her at that point.
Yes. And it was a thing about giving her confidence too.
And she was, and her main goal was to piss her mom.
Oh yeah.
Her dad, I don't think she wanted to piss him off too much.
All the time, I think she was
really
both, but they
laid
everything at Kim's doorstep because she was there with them every day. And then we find out that Lydia has been traveling for the last 6 months and is now single. She had a recent breakup. That's sad.
I thought we learned that before.
Oh,
wrong Lydia. Sorry.
Keep up, sir. Are you drunk?
I'm not. Haven't had a beer in weeks.
I know it was a joke, but I'm just saying
I'm drinking water.
Well, maybe it's tainted.
It's bottled water. It might be. I don't know. Somebody might have put something in there. No, you're right. Yeah, I mean, but this is the first time we've actually even heard about Lydia or seen Lydia in the season so far.
Lydia looks much more grown up, and even though she's younger than Mariah, she looks like the much older sister of Mariah. Mariah and Ethan will always look very, very young. I think they both have that
face,
pale complexion, and the lighter hair.
Children of corn thing going for them.
Yeah. So yeah, they just both have that baby face, and they're always gonna look very babyish. And then we're back over with Olivia and her Lydia, and they're still at the same bar, and it's like dark out now, and it's still mostly empty.
Hmm.
And they show a couple of dudes like hitting on them, coming up and talking to them at the bar, and they were both not cute,
Yeah.
and it was very awkward with both of them. It was like it felt
Mostly-
like it was set up maybe by production.
It probably was. Who knows? They might have been producers for all we know. We don't even know.
They could have been.
They could have been, part of the whole show. But just to make it look,
They actually got hit on at the bar.
considering, like you said, there's nobody there at the bar, so there's no dudes, like no local dudes to come over. Maybe they just set it all up. But anyway, it was awkward.
Yeah, it was very awkward.
And Olivia, all right, is really awkward when it comes to that stuff.
Did you think she was awkward?
I do. She was like fumbling over some of her words, and yeah, she's pretty awkward. Her sister hardly said anything.
I know, and they kept exchanging these weird looks between themselves, and I couldn't, like, obviously they're sisters, so they get it, but I was like, what does that look mean to the other one? Is it like, help me get this guy away from me? Or is it, hey, this guy's an interesting, maybe he'll work out. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you don't
no.
know what those looks mean. So then we see Olivia and Lydia the next day, and they're going on a hike before Olivia leaves Arizona. And Olivia talks like she's been through war. She speaks very dramatically, and she's always just like what I've been through and all the things I've been through recently, and like that. And then she calls Ethan unpredictable.
She sounds like a boomer.
She's
Been there, done that.
Yeah,
Her life is horrible. She's had a great life. As far as the show goes, she's going to places that she probably never would have gone if it wasn't for the Plaths.
right, and so she's always bitching and moaning. Oh, my upbringing ruined my life because it made me get married when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old. How old she was.
Maybe it did. Maybe her life, her kid life, maybe that did ruin her life at the time. But I'm just saying now, currently.
But she doesn't see that. She only sees, oh, my parents ruined my life. My upbringing ruined my life.
Well, she's
You
having a
think-
good life right now.
That's what I'm saying. That was just my observation about the stuff that they were talking about. Nonsense.
And she's what? How old is she? 20, 25?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's gone to places and 25.
That we'll never get.
Well, I mean, we've been
Because
to
it's
some nice
cheap.
places, but yeah, we'll probably never get what they were in
Europe.
London, right?
Yeah, Europe.
We'll never get there, most likely.
No.
So, at least not unless we go to Disney World and Epcot Center.
But I would just like to know her meaning of unpredictable about Ethan, what she meant. Because she makes it sound like unpredictable, like he's an abusive
He's
asshole.
kind of a different person around her. Have you noticed that? I mean,
He gets very quiet because he's always every time he ever expressed anything to her that we ever saw, always got him in trouble, and she would always be pissed at him, and it would always be a thing,
around his family, all right, he's more,
relaxed. Open.
around his dad and his brothers.
Yeah,
He's more relaxed. His mom's a different story. But his dad and brothers, he's more relaxed, and even Mariah, and Lydia.
yeah, you're getting way ahead.
They're all, no, I'm just saying, he's relaxed.
Yes,
And then, well, that's the whole Olivia thing, episode 1 of the season.
very. You can just shut down.
Yeah. And so maybe she sees he's like unpredictable in that way. I don't know.
I don't know. So then we see Ethan, Micah, and Mariah, and they're in the car, and they're going to Florida to see the little girls and mom,
Yeah.
Kim. And we found out that Ethan hasn't seen his mother in 2 years,
It's a while, long time.
and that's not okay,
Yeah.
And as a mom, I can't even imagine not seeing my kid that long.
Especially when he goes down there. I mean, it'd be one thing if he doesn't go and visit his other family members. But he goes down there to see his dad and his brothers down there. He could stop to see her too. But he doesn't, or he didn't, Now he's going to see her.
Yeah, and I don't like that. That does not speak well of him.
No.
Um,
Unpredictable.
And he says that Kim is not, quote, motherly because she's not very affectionate or was never affectionate when he was young. And the thing is when you're the oldest and you have baby after baby after baby after baby after baby after baby after baby, you know, you don't have time to have a kid sit on your lap individually or, you know, sit and snuggle or, you know, it's all about diapers and feeding schedules and being exhausted all the time and trying to keep everybody fed and healthy and, you know, then educating the older ones. You know, she had the job of about 8 people, you know, and on the daily.
Yeah.
And she was probably exhausted. And I'm not trying to make excuses. Obviously, she's affectionate now, but maybe she was just so exhausted and overwhelmed by that many babies so quickly up one up together that there just wasn't time or energy for it.
And she didn't really have a big part in tonight's episode.
Well, like they're making it more about
The
the
kids.
kids than about the adults because there's more adult kids now.
Yeah.
And Kim says that she was nervous to see Ethan, and she called him unpredictable. But she said that she meant like because she said that he can be unpredictable and emotional, and that he keeps things hidden until he's ready to talk about it.
Yeah. And she's right. At least that's what we
Yeah.
know of anyway.
And that's because he'll ruminate on it and think about it, and he has his, you know, compartmentalization that he does, and he'll like put it away until he's ready to think about it.
Yeah.
And 6 months later, he pulls that little nugget out because he's ready to talk about it. That would be annoying,
And
but
everybody else forgets about it. It's like, what are you talking about, Ethan?
yeah, and it would be annoying. But you know what? Until he learns to trust that he can do that on the regular and be open more, like in the moment, that's going to happen. Just because he never felt safe to express his feelings. In my opinion, that's my thought.
No, because everything was way different when they were kids.
It was, and like you said, so much has changed just in the last year. It's crazy, especially in the last 5 years. I mean, their whole world is completely done a 180. So and then Micah says, and this is a quote: "Mom loves him," meaning Ethan, "unconditionally, and he should do the same." What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what his mom did to him that was so bad that he would not love her.
Because now that he's been out in the world a little bit and he's seen other people, moms and whatever, interact with their kids, I think he feels like they never taught them any way outside of just the way that they taught them to be raised, you know?
And I think Mike is right. I think he should love his mom unconditionally, right? But but you can still be mad at somebody or upset at him.
But why only the mom? It was Barry's decision too.
No, but here's the thing: he doesn't have any issues with Barry right now.
I know.
The only one he has issues with is Kim.
That's what I just said.
I know, but what I'm saying is that he should love her unconditionally, just like he loves Barry unconditionally. So Mike is right.
That's because he only ever put the blame for that on Kim and not on Barry, even though it was just as much Barry's responsibility too.
Well, I know. I agree with you.
Okay. Great.
I'm just saying that what Micah said, I agree with.
Okay.
Because you asked me that.
What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on whether or not, you know, children should love their parents unconditionally? We want to hear your opinions too.
Yeah.
After commercial 3, we see Amber, Cassia, and Mercy, and they're very happy to see their three older siblings. And when Ethan got there, he hugged Kim, and she cried. And that about broke my heart because you could tell she loves her son. And regardless of what anybody else thinks out there, she loves her kids.
Yeah.
Whether you think her way she brought them up was right or wrong or whatever, and whether you like the way she lives now or not, and whether it's happened with her and Barry, but she loves her kids. And everybody keeps acting like she's the worst mother in the world and that she just like totally neglected her children, and that's not the case. She spent every waking moment of 20 plus years on her kids.
And I don't understand what the fans, all right, of Plathville, why they don't like Kim. Because in my opinion, Kim isn't doing anything wrong. She was happy in her marriage.
Right.
So as soon as the kids get old enough to realize, to be, I guess, to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. She did everything like anybody else would do and divorced her spouse.
Yeah.
All right. So she broke free from being basically a prisoner, is what she was.
I
Is
kind
what she
of
thought.
agree too.
And she has every right to do that. So I don't understand why people think she did something wrong.
It all goes back to the Kim versus Olivia thing.
And
If you
Olivia's in the wrong,
agreed,
or was in the wrong.
yes, I'm not saying that Kim's perfect. I'm sure she's made lots of mistakes, and she admits that. But she loves her kids. Okay, it's not like she's a bad mom because she's neglectful or just doesn't care.
She bought a houseboat just for them, just so they
Listen,
could.
she doesn't make the best decision, okay? But she's kind of stunted at like 20 years old or whenever she got married and started having kids. Because that's whenever she got stuck on the farm and not allowed to have internet and television and all that other kind of crap either.
She should have kept her place that she had. That above the studio apartment she had there.
Well, stay on the building.
But I mean, she should have kept.
I think they needed to rent it out for the money to pay on the mortgage for the building.
That's a whole Barry thing.
But,
you know, that's a whole Barry thing, right?
Yeah.
We'll get into that eventually down the line. So.
Yeah. And then Ethan said he regrets being so hard on his mom before, especially, now that Olivia's gone.
And that's big of him, realizing that he was
I agree.
part of the issue.
Because he would never have admitted that he had any part in it before.
No.
So that made me glad. And it did, like Kim had said before, like when he hugged her, it made her feel like things were going to be okay now. And then him saying that kind of made me feel like it's going to be okay now, hopefully.
And he needs to realize that a lot of it was Olivia. I mean, he gave up his family for Olivia.
All the drama and strife came from Olivia. And we've been saying that for almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
And nobody, we were so evil and bad because we didn't stuck Olivia's ass crack. But I'm sorry, I've seen it from the get-go. I call it as I see it. It's nothing personal. It's not like I hate her personally. I don't know her.
She's actually kind of boring now too.
Yeah, right. It's like she's acting like she's Miss Perfect Princess.
Yeah, I mean,
she's so boring. I'm like, Grandma, I just want to have my tea and read a book.
But she is boring.
But yeah.
They need Kim and Olivia. The show needs for Kim and Olivia to be at each other's throats. Because that, basically, all right, was the only action that this whole show had.
But again, if you're a fan like me, I like this show as is. I don't care about drama and all that. I don't want them all to be sad and unhappy. I want to see them happy. I'll happily watch the show where they're happy.
I want to see Micah and his life. All right, not Micah with his siblings and his dad.
You mean him and Veronica?
Yeah, I want to see that. She's been on the show, or half of her face or whatever it was on the first episode.
First minute of the show.
Yeah, nothing. And same thing with Isaac. I want to see what Isaac does. With his friends.
But because his friends are all minors, it's a little bit difficult for him. But once they all turn 18, I'm sure he'll have a bigger presence in the show.
I want to see Mariah. Besides, making drinks at a bar or playing with a dog. I want to see what she's doing with her life instead of everybody together, doing whatever they do. Played like last week.
I agree.
I want to see more juicy stuff. The show's not going to stay on for very much longer. Exactly.
Give us details.
Exactly.
Don't just skim the surface. Give us some meat and potatoes.
Yeah, no more sitting around playing games. I mean, that's boring stuff on TV.
But that's what they do as a family when they're sitting around.
I know, but we don't want to see that on the show.
Real. And what they're really doing on any given night is Barry's watching TV or is in his office. All the kids are in their own individual giant rooms watching TV or on their computers or on their phones. Okay, and they don't interact.
Yeah.
That's because that's how teenagers are. So I'm not saying anything bad about them. That's just, we've had teenagers, we get it.
I'm just saying it needs a pickup. The show needs a pickup.
Okay. Well, then we find out back in Florida that Kim has only had her houseboat for a few weeks and it doesn't even run. Now, when Kim introduced her little boat to us in that first episode, she made it sound a lot
exotic, a little more exciting.
more like it was oh, I chose this because, of my history with the boats
Yeah.
and all that crap. But I think she got ripped off, and I told you in episode 1, she's broke on a boat.
Yep.
And I told you this, I think she's just broke. And do you agree with me now?
Does she work anywhere? She mentioned anything about her working?
No.
Because I haven't heard that. So.
Well, and of course, the older kids are there.
And she makes money off the show, obviously.
I think that's her only income.
Yeah.
Because she's never worked. She went from being in college to running her own breeder farm. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The older kids are surprised at the condition of the boat, and they didn't say anything, which I was proud of them. But I think they're a little bit concerned. They
should be.
Yeah, issues with the boat.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say something about this real quick. All right. This is another black eye on Barry. Why does Barry have to have that big old house to himself?
Yep.
And make poor little Kim live in a houseboat?
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. And he's holding all their assets hostage in the divorce.
To me, that's bullshit, in my opinion.
Oh, I doesn't agree because they own that. They did own that building where she had her dance studio. They own the farm, but they were renting it out for parties and like B&B, like not B&B, but like a Airbnb kind of thing.
They're renting it out exactly to
But they've had all the income from the show. But where's her cut?
Barry's not a very nice person.
It's not like she's out living it up. She's always either lived at the house
that we see, or
like we show them that apartment above the dance studio. It's not like, again, I'm just saying, it's not like she's like.
We see Barry out having more fun than we see Kim.
Right? So like.
Barry's.
He's just being a complete greedy ass.
He is. He's being
Let's just call it what it is.
And it's been how long now since she's filed for divorce?
2 years.
Exactly. And he needs to get over it.
Right?
Seriously, get over it.
I agree.
Throw some balls, get over it, go out and meet somebody.
I agree. Well, upon seeing the boat in their little interview, Mariah calls Kim a free spirit, says that she's unique, and that so the boat kind of fits her. But again, they have their concerns about the boat. And Ethan and Olivia were talking about Kim, and Mariah said that one of the best things about Kim is that she doesn't get her feelings hurt. I don't think that's true, number one. I think she hides it well.
Yeah, she doesn't show it.
She's very good at putting on a good face,
mm-hmm.
but she gets her feelings hurt. We've seen it on the show a bunch. I think Mariah just perceives it that way. But
she sees her mom as a strong human being.
But then Ethan claims to not feel anything either. And he says like he couldn't with Olivia because it would start a fight.
Yeah.
And I disagree that he doesn't feel anything either, because we've seen him depressed and struggling and sad and angry and happy through all these seasons. We've seen it.
Yeah. Oh, he's a lot more angry than anything.
He may again hide his feelings, and he loves to put things off and not deal with it until he absolutely has to. And he's really good at compartmentalizing. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what it is versus not feeling anything.
Because we've seen him angry a lot more than anything. So not this season, but like past seasons.
Yeah, but we've seen him so happy, and we've seen him like depressed, and we've seen him happy and sad and angry. So I'm saying he has all these emotions. We see him grieving now. So he has all these emotions. He just maybe doesn't know how to name them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. But
if you should name one,
I just agree that neither one of them feel anything.
Yeah.
And then Kim asks them all to go hang out at Ken's house because, they're just sitting there on his little houseboat with not really anything to do. And he's got this house with all the acreage and the four-wheelers and the pool table and all this other stuff. And Ethan says no. And he says, quote, "It's too much too soon." And this is a quote. He's not my second dad or stepdaddy. So it's
been how long again?
He's not around. And he even says, I'm not around to interact and like have Ken be an everyday thing. Ken is something
it's not going to be an everyday thing because
Ethan's going to right back to Minnesota again. He's not going to see him again for a few months or a year.
Exactly. And that's what he was saying.
So go over now. Hang out.
Well, and he just saw his mom for the first time in 2 years. I agree that going to hang out at Ken's house is a little too much, especially for someone like Ethan, who,
Yeah.
he needs baby steps. So,
Yeah.
after the last commercial, Ethan, Mike, and Mariah are back in Cairo at Barry's house,
My favorite part right here.
and Micah says that he and Ethan should move back home. But Ethan says that there's too many changes for him.
Well, and did you see Barry's face when Micah said that? Barry looked like, one of those cat, the cat ate the canary face. Basically, he was like like an evil smirk on his face.
Yeah, my children at home now.
Yeah. So I think Micah's eventually gonna move back in there again. I don't think Ethan's gonna. There's not a chance of Ethan moving back in that area again.
Yeah, it's weird that he would say that when he's living with his girlfriend. So maybe
Oh,
he's
maybe,
not so happy,
maybe there's a reason why they're not showing Veronica
right?
in the clothes.
Maybe she ain't around no more.
Yeah, maybe you need to delete that one photo you got.
Well, hey, if they break up and it's known on the show that they break up, I will happily delete it.
Yeah, but yeah, it would be weird for Micah to say that.
Yeah, if he's so happy with his
Yeah.
girlfriend, that's
I just
weird.
I just thought about that when you said that.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
And then Mariah and Lydia say they're going to be going to visit Ethan in Minnesota. So that'll be something for us to see there.
Mm-hmm.
And then while they're all hanging out there, Mike is asleep, straight up asleep in the chair. And Isaac is half asleep. And so Lydia decides to sing one of her Christian songs that she wrote
To wake them up.
to wake them up. And Lydia does not have the voice that would wake up anybody.
No, I mean that's
She
not bad.
doesn't exactly rock the house.
Her voice is very soothing,
It's very
relaxing,
soft.
very soft, and it's a good thing. Okay.
I'm just saying, but she's not, doesn't have a rock
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. She's like, well, let's wake them up with a song. I mean,
Right?
it's like, no, you're not gonna wake anybody.
That's just going to put them more to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, you're for insomnia, Lydia. Okay.
But then Ethan sings a song that he wrote.
You sound like Johnny Cash in a way.
It's very much the same,
Yeah.
the beat.
Voice.
Yeah. And he wrote a song about divorce, and it was very honest and very sad.
And again, they showed Barry's smirking face again.
Which I don't understand what he's smirking at, 'cause it was a very, very sad song. And he said
He
that
was an awkward smirk.
after the song, he said he was dreading signing the divorce papers.
Got to do it, buddy. You
Get it,
gotta
just
do it.
rip off the Band-Aid. Just get it done.
Olivia's not coming back.
And in my opinion, he is the best singer of all kids that I've heard.
Well, he's got the more real voice, I guess you can say. Mariah needs some help. She's a vocal coach.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Lydia,
Lydia.
well, Lydia's got a little better voice, but it's all she can only sing
Higher than her range actually is.
one type of song.
No, I bet you with a vocal coach, she could sing almost
What are you
anything.
talking about right now?
Oh, no, not now.
She can only sing religious. That's it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's all she wants.
Yeah.
But I think Ethan, all right, he could sing country, religious
Yeah.
songs, about the same thing,
Some rock.
some rock. Yeah, he's got that. He doesn't have that,
Baritones can do almost anything.
but he doesn't have that mentality to sing a rock song.
No. He's very Johnny Cash.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, very much.
yeah. Waylon Jennings, whatever,
And that is basically all that happened this episode, y'all. Like I said, there wasn't a lot going on, but there was some good little nuggets of info in there.
How it ended was Micah and Isaac went to bed. That's how it ended.
And that is exactly what we're doing now because I have to get up early to do a swallow test or something.
And I have to get up and take you.
You do.
Yeah.
So we got to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So good night, everybody. We are going to bed. We hope you all enjoyed the episode, and we will see you next time when we just talk about Welcome to Plathville. And when Sister Wife comes back at the end of August or early September, we'll be here for that too. If there's anything else that you guys think that, we could cover, give us ideas. We're always looking for ideas.
All right. And until next time, bye.